So here we go. We're going to not line our ruler up with the edge of the paper, but with the edge of the image. So take, and not the edge of the ruler, the first line, that is 0. So I'm lining it up. Now I put my ruler just a little bit below the image so that I can see my tick marks, and I'm using a 6B pencil because I want to be able to see my lines. So we're going to make a tick mark at every inch. Now a tick mark is a continuation of the inch line. So imagine that we're drawing a line directly over that longest line on your ruler, and you're making a small mark. And that is going to be our reference on where we go. Now here's a weird thing. My stuff is not exactly 8 inches. It stops just a little bit short of it. But Mrs. Bill does not like to deal with things that are not whole numbers. Can't do it. Just don't want to. So I still made my tick mark here at the end because I can imagine, hey, my mountain's just going to keep going off of the page just a little bit. I can figure out how to paint it. So scoot your ruler up, because what we do to the bottom, we also have to do to the top. Lean over your ruler and make sure that you can connect those still. And we're going from the 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4. We're only doing the whole numbers at every single inch. Your picture should be in this tile.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. And now we're going to connect our dots, our dashes. So your ruler should be connecting from one dash to the next. So those of you who are here, actually, I can come around the room and help you. If you are confused, just sit here and watch this, and then I'll help you out. So what I'm doing is I'm having to take a breath and blow on my graphite to get it off the page so it doesn't smear it. But you can just see how thick like my 6B pencil is. Now once we go onto our nice watercolor paper or acrylic board, can you think of what pencil you would use? Would use, yeah, 2B, but you'd have to be super duper light, or an HB or a 2H. Some of you have those. Anything that has like H. But we cannot press down hard on our nice paper because we got to draw it light till we get it right. And also, we're going to be erasing that grid on our nice paper. But for nowsies, we're just drawing it on our reference image, and we won't need to erase it. So I'm also going to do it to the left side and to the right side. So I'm going to take my tick mark. I'm not doing one at the 0 up at the top of my image because that one represents 0. So I know that I already have a straight line printed for me. So we are going to continue our tick marks. And I'm just going to stop it at number 5 because technically I don't need this other crap at the bottom of the page. So I'm just going to ignore it and cut it off, as mean as that sounds. Now I'm going to continue. Again, my 0 is lined up on that side. Now I'm going to make a tick mark at every whole number of an inch. And I'm going to connect my dots. And you just make sure that you're looking over your ruler just a little bit so that you can really tell where those lines are connecting. And another word of advice is I am using the metal side of my ruler to draw my line because it will create a nice crisp line. Also, I'm holding my ruler with my fingers spread apart so that there is an even pressure distribution on the ruler so that when I'm pressing down hard with my pencil, my ruler isn't sliding. Just a word to the wise. Wait, why do we even say that? Anyways, I'm going to go across the top and write A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and see where I stop. Okay, as I was doing that, I forgot like how to do the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F. Thank you, G. And I know that I'm not going to really have room for H on my bigger paper that I have. I'm going to put it there. Now, at one point, we might have to cut one of our sides off to make sure it fits. Now, also in A, I'm going to put the number 1. And even though I say this to my kids all the time, you seem to forget. But maybe you've never had A1 steak sauce. Have any of you? Yeah, A1 steak sauce is staple. You know, it tastes good on steaks and eggs. So in A, you're also going to put number 1 because this is A1, this is A2, this is B1, this is C1, this is D1, and this is D2. You do not have to write all of those. But this is our little grid. This is F3 because this is row 3, column F. So that's why I have those numbers there. But I do not want to write it over everything because that means I'm going to have to erase it on my nice paper. And I don't have time or patience to erase everything. So that's your grid. Please post a picture of it to this assignment.